Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is 016 HW1 Graphing Linear Inequalities. And we're going to go over the first three problems here of the homework, and it's your responsibility to do the rest of them. Alright, so looking at problem number 1 here. In our problem, we say y is greater than negative 7/5 x minus 4. Now, just like we were practicing before, the sign and the number at the end, or that constant at the end, tells us the y-intercept, aka where exactly you need to plot that coordinate crossing the y-axis. So in this case, in problem number 1, it's at negative 4. So the y-intercept is negative 4, so we plot the coordinate at negative 4 on the y-axis. As you can see, that's what's done for us here in C and B. I put the two little green dots in there for us. However, I did not do it for A and D because A is at positive 4 and D is at positive 4. So we know A and D are incorrect. Now, we have a negative slope, so our line needs to be negative, which both B and C are. It's a greater than, not a greater than or equal to inequality, so it has to be both a dashed line. Now our slope is down 7 to the right 5. So we have to figure out which one of these is down 7 to the right 5. Well, if we go from our y-intercept down 7 to the right 5, it will go off the grid. And that's for the same, both B and C. So what we got to do, we then go up 7. And then we got to go to the left 5, which looks like C is in the right position. And it looks like B is also in the right position. But now, what's the difference between B and C? Well, B and C, the difference is where it's shaded. In B, it's shaded down below. And C, it's shaded above that blue line. So what we got to do is test the coordinate. We're going to put in the 0, 0 coordinate. We're going to test that middle one. If it's true, our answer is C. If it's false, our answer is going to be B. So let's put in 0, 0 into both x and y. We put 0 in for y, we put 0 in for x. 0 times that slope is 0. So 0 minus 4 is less than 0. Well, is 0 greater than negative 4? Well, 0 is greater than negative 4, so that would be true. So that means that 0, 0 point is in the shaded region. So the answer to number 1 is C. Let's move on to number 2. Number 2, our y-intercept is negative 2. So I plot my points, I look at my graphs. Well, that A is positive 2, so that won't work. C is negative 2, so we're working there. B is negative 2, but D is not. It's at negative 3. So A and D, once again, are eliminated. Then we look. Well, we have a positive slope, so both our lines have to be positive. Well, they're both positive, so we can't eliminate it that way. It's a rise of 3, run of 5. Well, rise of 3, run of 5, that still looks good. Rise of 3, run of 5, that looks good. And now it's the shading difference once again. So we're going to test that 0, 0 point. Notice in B it's shaded, but C it's not. So we put 0, 0 into our equation. 0 in for y and 0 in for x. 3/5 times x of 0, so aka 3/5 of 0 is 0. So we have 0 minus 2, which gets you a negative 2 on the right side. So is 0 less than negative 2? Well, that is false. So that means C is the correct answer, because that 0, 0 is not in the true section. Because remember, we only shade the true section. So B, they're saying that 0, 0 is true, but that is false. 0, 0 is false. So number 2 is C. Let's move on to number 3. Number 3, our y-intercept is positive 5, so A is automatically eliminated. But C, B, and D, they're all positive 5. Now our slope is a positive 6, so C and B, they both have a slope of positive 6, so that looks good. But in D, you have a slope of negative 6, so D is also eliminated. We look at the inequality. That says it's a dashed. Both B and C, they're both dashed lines. So once again, it comes down to the shading. Is it going to be on the left side of the line or the right side of the line? How we could tell? we're going to test the 0, 0 point. If 0, 0 is true, then it's going to be option C. If 0, 0 is false, it's going to be option B, because it's not shaded. So I put 0 in for x and I put 0 in for y in our equation. Right up here. 0 is less than 6 times 0 plus 5. Well, 6 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 5 is 5. So 0 is less than 5. That is a true statement. So then our option is C for number 3. Because it's a shaded region. 0, 0 is shaded. That is a true answer. So C is the correct answer for number 3. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's your responsibility to do the rest of them. Good luck. If you have any questions, please come to Extra Help. I'll be happy to help you. Alright, have a good night.